Hello, my name is Allison Whipple, and I'm the founding editor of 9 Square Press, and this is video 1 in a series about baseball as a seasonal concept in haiku. So in the fantastic anthology, Baseball Haiku, Cor Vanden Heuvel and Nene Tamura were the editors, and they note that the first haiku about baseball that we have, it's definitely still in existence, was by Shiki, and he wrote that in 1890. I'm not going to read that one today. I'm going to save that one for the next video, and I will tell you why. But I will read you one that he wrote in 1898. One thing I do want to point out to start is that baseball is generally considered a summer Kigo at this point. And yes, that's Mabel, and I'm Mabel, sweetheart. Summer is a... All right. Baseball is a summer Kigo. That is documented in Haiku World, an international poetry almanac by William J. Higginson. I will read some of that in a moment. And the thing about that is baseball obviously isn't only played in summer, especially in the time of commercial baseball when it really starts in spring. Some might argue late winter, but definitely spring, and runs all the way until November, until quite late autumn. But here is this haiku from Shiki in 1898. Summer grass, baseball players far off in the distance. Summer grass, baseball players far off in the distance. And you might notice he actually mentioned the word summer in there. Well, baseball was, in the grand scheme of human history, in the grand scheme of the sport, it was relatively new all around, and certainly new to Japan. And the thing with Kigo is that, with our season words, is that it takes time for them to become codified, to be collectively agreed on, to have a season of their own. So certainly in 1898, baseball probably wasn't really well codified as a season word yet. That is at least what I imagine. We don't just get to go, this is a season word now. It takes time for something to appear in haiku over years and years and years and years before there's sort of enough like collective buy-in to make it a Kigo. So turning to Higginson, he mentions it as a summer Kigo. I'm just going to read his whole entry, especially because this book is out of print. It's hard to find, and it is expensive when you do find it. Baseball, yakyu, all summer. One Japanese saijiki says, baseball season is summer. And though baseball now begins in spring and carries through into mid-autumn, it still suggests summer. Also home plate. And he gives us a haiku from Arthur Goodrich. Squeeze play, umpire whisk brooming home plate. Squeeze play, umpire whisk brooming home plate. Higginson also gives us the entry of night game, naita. My Japanese is not great, but again, that's a goal for next year. It's also an all-summer keyword. Higginson tells us the Japanese word derives from the American English nighter, a baseball game played under the lights. Gnats is also an all-summer topic. He mentions gnats as an all-summer topic because they're mentioned in the example haiku he gives. So one might say that the example poem has a double Kigo. The example poem comes from David Eliot. Night game. Softball soars through swarms of gnats. Night game. Softball soars through swarms of gnats. Oh my gosh, the repetition of the S sound in that one Isn't that such a lovely haiku? So I primarily work with Haiku World for my studies of haiku in English. I also work with Jane Reichold's dictionary of haiku. I actually printed a whole PDF of it from the Haiku Foundation because it is there as an ebook, but then I actually found this nice second edition, which is just a lot easier to work with. I found it in half-price books. Jane Reichold does not mention baseball, but she also takes a sort of slightly different approach to how she organizes things, so that's okay. These Saijiki don't always have to agree with each other 100% of the time. They're reference books, and they bring their own approaches to how we talk about things and how we think about the world. All right, I do want to read a few. Ooh, this is a good one. I want to read a few haiku from Baseball Anthology. Oh no, where did it go? I flipped past it. It was so good. There it is. Oh, I love this one. Here's one by Bill Pauley. Country field, home run rolling past the headstones. Country field, home run rolling past the headstones. Here, I love this one. This one's by Cor Vandenheuvel himself. Changing pitchers. The runner on first looks up at a passing cloud. Changing pitchers. The runner on first looks up at a passing cloud. Oh, and here's one. Not today, but it makes me think of yesterday. Mabel. So this one makes me think we had a rain out yesterday. The Cardinals actually weren't in town. They were in Cincinnati, but it did get rained out. Rainy night. A hole in the radio where the ball game should be. Rainy night. A hole in the radio where a ball game should be. And that is Ed Markowski. Love that one too. I mean, this book is great. It is so full of some great haiku. I've focused on summer here, but like I said, we have baseball starts in spring, runs into autumn, and honestly, since spring training starts in February, depending on how you perceive the calendar and the seasons, does spring training actually start in winter? That's a question I will address in a different video, not today. I have some thoughts on how we want to parse that. But anyway, so this is part 1, and part 2, I think I will be focusing on the spring Kigo a little bit. And baseball is honestly kind of my only sport, but if you have thoughts on other sports, let me know. I'd love to hear them. All right, like, subscribe, all the things. Hope you have some lovely haiku moments in the coming week.